So this is York showing Roman and Anglo-Saxon times.
We are going here.
Here, which is
the Roman rectangular tower, which is there.
We first visit the rectangular tower. This is one of the great cornerstones of the square Roman fortress. It was designed by Emperor Constantine I. This is a good example of the strength of Roman building that would later be used in different periods. The Romans built big and square and straight. So here it is. We are now inside the rectangular tower. The graves are from a different period. Look how old the stone is.
Here we are outside York Minster. York Minster, the first church was built here in Anglo-Saxon times after the Romans. However, we can also see a statue of Emperor Constantine, who we mentioned at the rectangular tower, and also a Roman column.
We have now moved forward in time to the Anglo-Saxons. Here is the Anglian Tower. However, we have only moved a short distance around the old Roman walls.
Pause. Back to the rectangular tower.
You will see this tower in front of us. And the big change is that these people did not start again. They patched up what was left from the Romans. Another big change was that these people built in wood, which has not survived anywhere else in the city. This shows a change from the Romans who expected to stay forever to these more changing times. Another change was the growing importance of the church and the first mention of York Minster. Thank you for watching, and biscuits. And these walls were built by Romans, and they're very medieval.
Walls are behind.
Walls are behind. Here we see the different levels with history, starting with the Roman, ending with medieval. First as Roman, and then Anglo-Saxon and Viking, and then Norman, Bank, and then a medieval. And it's very interesting to see the different ways it formed. We have now moved on to Viking York. Here is a map of Viking and Norman York. You can see, as we are now here at St Mary's, and we have travelled quite a distance from the Norman period.
From the Roman period.
The Roman period, sorry. And there's quite a distance, and you had to cross a river, which when you cross, you're like going out of the Roman type area, where you would find hardly any Roman artifacts. Here is a tower built in Viking times. As you can see, the stone is very different because they used whatever was left behind.
Oh well.
A big change is that Christianity is now very important. In fact, the church tower in front of us is the only surviving Viking building in York. There are other Christian things such as this carving in this next church we are now going to go to. Unfortunately, the sculpture you've come to see has been removed for cleaning. But here is another important religious site for Vikings. We hope that we can show you other Viking artifacts later on. I wanted to present the Vikings as changing York in this way, because Vikings are normally seen as just fighters. The size of York by this time shows a change because the Vikings turned it into a trading place. We are now stood well outside the Roman walls. We have now moved on to the Normans. This is a street that the Normans would recognise and would have walked down.
And it's Micklegate.
And it's Micklegate.
Note how it curves.
Note Cargate curves. It's much more modern now then.
Hello. This is the Ouse Bridge, and this is the River Ouse. Rosie has to talk about changes, but a similarity is that the river remained very important for trade through all of these periods. This is the oldest bridge which the Romans, through to the Normans, would have used and recognised, and that would have gone through into the Roman fort. Go.
Here we are drinking our coffee and hot chocolate, yet history is all around us, like that plaque over there.
Which says that the wall of the Roman fortress, the southern wall, is buried beneath this site.
We are now at Bale Hill. We are at the other side of the river from Clifford's Tower. This is built by the Norman
To defend
the city from attacks. We are still in the Norman period, but we are now at Clifford's Tower. Bale Hill, to the other side of the river. These motte and Bailey castles guard the south approach to the south. The Normans changed everything to show their power. They built castles, halls, and the first modern minster. York firmly became England's second city. I think you can easily see this by their big castles. Remember that these big mounds were hand dug, which is very amazing. I also think it is interesting that a Norman would be the first people to recognise the streets of York as laid out like today, as we showed you down this other street. Here we are at the top of Clifford's Tower. We hope that this has shown you the 4 changes of York, a lovely place that is built on its Roman strength through Saxon uncertainty to the trading strength of Vikings, and back again to the military and political power with the Normans. Thank you for watching.